welcome. Hi, and thank you so much for joining me today for the fifth and very special episode of Wellness Wednesdays. Is the last episode of the year of 2020, and it's crazy because it literally just started a few weeks ago, and I feel already like it's been so much connection and it's been so much going on. But again, it's 2020, so everything feels more intense than it is. And it's also a pretty special one because for all the astrology enthusiasts out there, you know what I'm talking about. But it's a full moon tonight, last night and tonight, and it's a full moon in Cancer. And we started 2020 with a full moon in Cancer, and we're ending it with the same. So that's pretty much like a cycle that it's closing, and it's a extremely powerful time to manifest, to send intentions, to set goals, to kind of see how far have we came and where we going, what do we want, how can we get there. And also it's a great and very powerful time to leave things behind that no longer serve us, no longer have any high purpose to us. Things, people, situations, whatever it is, that are not part of our growth anymore and of our highest being. And we kind of have to ditch that luggage in the past in order for us to open up some space and being able to receive and to welcome the new things that are coming and all the blessings, all the amazing new beginnings and opportunities. And it's just pretty much time to declutter our minds, our lives, our hearts, everything, our houses, literally everything in between the physical and non-physical world. Only that way we can walk into a new year full of fresh energy and lots of room and lots of space for everything that we want to welcome and receive. And I do feel like 2021 is going to be a big and great one. So I want to talk to you about it a little bit today, and go over maybe little tools or exercises of how can we train ourselves to be there, how can we learn to count our blessings, and how can we look forward to whatever is that we want to get from the next year. How can we set our goals, and how can we go ahead and smash them, pretty much. It's I want to also talk about why New Year's resolutions don't work, because it's that time of the year, and you know it, I know it, New Year's resolutions are something that never ever works. So I want to say no to that. I want to celebrate this year with you today and later on whenever you watch the video. And I want to make sure that we have learned from 2020. We have taken a lot from it. We have found the ways to turn that to be grateful, to turn on the challenges into our allies, and to go ahead and have a bright and beautiful future and a beautiful life. So it's pretty much up to us and our mindset. How do we want to walk into this new year? And this new year brings along a new world, a new earth, and all that requires a new you, because we're already past the point where we can do things the same way and expect different results. We've been just through so much that now it's the perfect time to just pivot and learn and analyze and reflect on everything that went through and go forward strong and just ready to build everything that we want out of this world. A lot of challenges came through, but challenges are blessings also, and I want to talk about it a little bit also today. We need to learn how to find the blessing in everything and how to be blessings for others. And I talked about it last time. We had a long conversation about it, but I want to bring it up again because with closing the year, I want to make sure that we are on the same page and we know how we can use our tools in our benefit. So the circumstances and situations that caused us pain and grief and made us suffer over the past 12 months, because a lot of us had a hard time in different ways with everything that is going on, and a lot still do. So some of these things helped us grow and helped us evolve and helped us pushed us to the next level. So we need to focus on those, and we need to understand and to recognize the grace in all this process and in everything that was given to us. Because us as human beings, the challenges are the one thing that help us grow and make us more resilient and make us stronger. So we need them, no matter how much we don't enjoy living through the challenges, but they're necessary. We can't have a life where everything is going perfect, because first of all, it will be a very boring life, and second of all, it will be just something that we will always remain on the same level. We'll never take a step higher. So let's be grateful to everything that 2020 brought us and to all the challenges and everything that came with it, no matter what it was. I feel like we have never ever walked into a new year with so much appreciation and so much grace and hope and faith, because we definitely learn how to appreciate life and one another and ourselves and everything that is within us. So as we said before, after winter always comes spring. And I feel like it's time when we're slowly starting to feel like spring is near. And now is the perfect time. Now is the time when we need to decide what kind of world do we want to create for ourselves, for our children, for the generations to come. What kind of earth do we want to be living in? Because the normal that a lot of people I hear keep saying, once things go back to normal, once do we go back to normal, the normal from before, it's never going to be the same again. We'll never go back to life the way it was. But that's not necessarily a bad thing, though. That's whenever we take ourselves and put ourselves together and we rebuild, we should never go and try to rebuild the same thing on the same model. We should go ahead and build something bigger, better, stronger, go beyond what it ever was. And this is the time that we need to do that now, to think about what is the dream life for us? How does it look like? How does it feel like? And how can we get there? How can we build that? How can we use this appreciation that we have accumulated through 2020 and take that and make it for an amazing and extremely successful 2021? And I do feel like I've been having a lot of this conversation lately with quite a few people, and I do feel like we needed a reset of some sort. We couldn't go on like this forever. We were too disconnected from ourselves. We were disconnected from one another, from nature, from food, from the earth, from everything. So we didn't care what we were eating, what we were talking, what we were thinking. It was just, we took nature for granted. We took life for granted. We saw everyone and everything as something replaceable. And that is not sustainable. That can only go for so long. So I feel like we needed a little bit of maybe just like a wake-up call, something that makes us realize what we have and what we have been taking for granted, but without being too destructive, because life was going just so fast and we weren't stopping. We were just like going through it, and we weren't having appreciation for anything around us. We were not present in the moment. So that's no way of living. And I have a lot of gratitude to everything that has happened, because it has definitely showed me different perspective and almost brought me back to basics, to what's important in life and what's really truly essential for us as human beings. So just think about it. What does your dream life look like? What does it feel like? If you have to describe literally anything, the life of your dream, if you had any possibility to design it, what would you say? What is it going to look like? What would you do? And I also want to know what is preventing you from getting there, and most importantly, how can you structure your life so you can actually get there and you can truly live any desire and any dream and any life that you can create in your mind. I am reading right now Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, and I'm just on that part where it talks about the faith and about the power of a clear idea and clear vision, and how that is the foundation and the basic of what do you want, what do you need in order to build your dream life. So it's super interesting. If you have never read that book, it's a must read. I highly recommend it. But I also invite you to draw, to write down, to say out loud, to think about it, of what does your dream life look like and how can you get there. Because you see, when we understand that life is happening for us and not to us, and it's our job to find that empowering meaning, that's when everything changes. And even with everything that's been going on this year with like COVID and politics and racial wars and all the pain and all the bad, there still have been so many good moments. And like, what's wrong, it's always available, but so is what's right. So it's kind of our job to go ahead and look for what do we want to see here. It's always been like that, and it always will be like that. So it's extremely important, again, I'm going to say it, to pay attention to what are we feeding our mind with and our soul with, and what are we focusing on, where are we putting all our efforts and energy. And this is not about positive thinking, or it's not about toxic positivity. It's about giving yourself and your life a meaning that allows you to keep moving forward and to gain control over your life, because control starts within us. And once we take control of our inner world, then we can it doesn't really matter what's in the outside world. We can go and make anything happen. And even with families being separated and people passing and all this just darkness and heaviness in this year and in the world, and I lived through it. We lost 2 family members for the past couple of weeks, and we're not even a big family, so it's pretty harsh. I know how it feels, but there still have been so many blessings. And a lot of them are just people spending more time with one another, with themselves, learning more about themselves, finding new ways and new skills and new tricks to build a business, to work on their relationship, to work on themselves. We've been getting a lot of chances, and some people pivoted their business like never before. So there is, as a humanity and as a society, we gained a whole new skill set. And it's those skills and those abilities that set you up even for a greater life. And we can only build on success, not on failure. So it's important to lay the foundation of our own success. That's our job. Nobody's going to come and do it for us. So we have to rewire our brain and go ahead and look for all the great things that we can use as to lay that foundation and to build from there up. And I really hope that you do take time to count your blessings and to find all those amazing and great moments that happened to you over the past 12 months. And also to think about the challenges and to think, what did you learn from the challenges? Because us as humans, we need the challenges. That's the only way to grow and evolve. And we gotta give grace for that also. That's what makes us not only survive but also thrive. When we find the blessing, then it's our mission to be the blessing, to shine our light to those around us, to help with whatever we can. It doesn't have to be in financial ways. It doesn't have to be in material ways. You can always be a light for somebody around you and give your time, give your advice, give help in any way you can, and make somebody's life better. Because no matter what the environment is, we need to find a way to be our best selves and to strive to walk the path towards our best selves every day and the entire life. So once we hold ourselves to a standard, and once we get to the understanding that it's not about me getting, it's about me giving, and the whole purpose of this existence is for us to give to the next person, to one another, to pay it forward in a way. When we learn how to discipline our disappointment, there is where the real power lays. And when we get the skill set of how to not let it take over us, the disappointment, and when it does come, how to be able to snap out of it and to get out of it, and to trade the expectation with appreciation, that's when we're truly powerful, and we will be able to receive everything that we have been sending out there, because the universe truly does work with us, and our existence in our life is just this karmic circle. So whatever we send out there and whatever we give, it comes back to us, or some say that it multiplies when it comes back to us. So we really need to be very conscious and thoughtful and kind, and you know the old saying, don't do to the others what you don't want to be done to you. I feel like throughout the years this has have kind of been forgotten, and now we're being reminded again about morals and about what's important and not, and how we are supposed to treat one another. So the more you give, the more you will receive, that's for sure. And then if you find the blessings and you are being a blessing, then for sure you will be blessed. We all have moments in life when we feel like we're stuck, and we feel like life is going against us. Nothing is coming out our way, and just like nothing is working. And if we develop the mentality, the understanding that life is happening for us, then everything that comes to us is received like it's making us stronger, it's making us better, it's making us dig deep inside of us and find something that we didn't even know it existed before. So these are all the strengths that we use in our advantage, and this is what this whole year is about. So often people say that grace is related to luck. So they would say that, oh well, look, they're so lucky to have this or to be there or to do that. But like grace is not really related to luck. Grace is the reflection of your contribution. So are you sending good vibes out there? Are you doing good whenever you can? That's what you're going to get back, and that's proven. That's for sure. Grace is found everywhere, and unfortunately sometimes we're blind to it, and we're too distracted. We are sometimes in our own world, or we're being stressed, or we're being frustrated, we're being judgmental, and then we miss to see the grace everywhere around us. And it's in everything. It's in this moment. It's in opening your eyes this morning, seeing the sunset, seeing the sunrise, looking at nature and how perfect everything is around us. Grace is everywhere. It starts within us. We need to accept it and feel it on the inside, and then just go ahead and spread it out. Grace is about finding all the blessings and all the appreciation for everything that it has been given to us, and for this amazingly beautiful life that we are so honored to live, because this life, it's a miracle on its own. So let's think about grace a little more and adapt it in our daily life in every way we can, and practice it. Be grateful every day, every morning, every moment that you remember. Just be grateful for everything you have, because listening to your children laugh and seeing, looking in the eyes of your loved ones and connecting with nature and connecting with yourself, that's where that's where everything lays. That's where the real joy of life is, because we're so programmed to chase after huge things, and we're in this rat race for money chasing, and we somehow exchange somewhere down the road the idea of what a happy life was. So I am glad that we are being reminded and we are being brought back to what's actually the basics of a happy and joyful life. So grace is taking everything in and specifically noticing it and specifically appreciating it. So I hope you can take a moment today and just be grateful for everything you have. For example, I went on a walk today and it was such a beautiful day. It was a little chilly, but the sun was shining and it was just like a slow pace of everything outside, and everything was just perfect. The snow, the trees, the birds around me. I stayed for a while just looking at everything around me and just being so thankful that I'm in this moment and in this day. I moon gazed last night for a while, and I just couldn't stop thinking, like, I am so happy to be here in the middle of nowhere in Saskatchewan, Canada. I'm coming from Bulgaria, Eastern Europe. That's at the other side of the world. And I'm here in Saskatchewan, Canada. And I have the pleasure and the grace of seeing the most humongous moon I have ever seen in my life. It's right there. It's like close to me. And I couldn't stop thinking, like, wow, how blessed I am to be here and to be able to witness that and to connect like that, to feel that light that is shining. And I was like, I want to be that light. I want to shine like that. I want to absorb that just good energy and powerful energy and just spread it out to the world. So I do believe that one of the best things that came out from 2020 was just that slower pace and slowing down and teaching us how to be more present in the moment, how to be more appreciative, how to notice the smaller things. A lot of distractions were taken away from us, which was honestly for the best, because we were just not paying attention to anything going on around us. And it made us think, and it made us understand what's really important and what's the basis of our life. So challenges will always be around us, and all you have to do is like go on your social media or turn on the news or open the newspaper. Challenges will always be there. They always have been, and they're not going anywhere. But to be able to come home to yourself, and besides the outside environment, to feel the grace and to feel the joy inside of you and to know that you're safe, that's the real meaning of life, and that's the real joy of life. To appreciate instead of expect, because once we get there, that's probably like the ultimate present of this holiday season, to trade the expectations for appreciation, to be with an open, grateful heart every day for everything that comes your way, and then life starts to look a lot different. So I want to give you like a little tool or a little assignment or a little exercise, if you want to call it, on how can you count your blessings and how can you close this 2020 in the right way, with understanding of everything that you went through and everything that came to you, and how can you put black on white what was that to you and how can you use it in your own advantage. So what I would suggest you to do, what I did and what I have been doing, and if you are into it, I would highly suggest it, is to make, you know how we go so fast through life, and today in the day we all have cell phones. It's you're snapping pictures left and right from everything, but you don't really nothing stays there for you. Like, how many times do you go back on your phone and check actually your pictures from, I mean, I don't know, 6 months ago or a year ago or 3 years ago? Barely it ever happens. We go from phone to phone, from a cloud to cloud, and all this gets like, it disappears somewhere in out there. And when we were growing up, we had photo albums, we had all these physical memories, so we were able to look back and to turn the pages of those albums and to see where did we come from and what's the way that we came through and where have we gotten. But now, today in the day, we have, like, this part is gone, it's missing, we don't do that anymore. So we are never really able to track our life and to capture it a little bit. So I would invite you to take pictures from the whole year, like start from January. And if you have a calendar, use your calendar. If you're journaling, use your journal, and recreate the year from month to month, from January until December, and make a slideshow of your photos, of your moments, of the places that you visited or the people that you saw, or so important moments for yourself. And do that as a family, do that by yourself, play your favorite music, just have fun with it and capture it, have it there. So when it's 3, 5, and 10 years from now, and when it's your kids and grandkids and your whole family, you have at least something that is put together, and it's like, this is my 2020 in a nutshell, and this is what I loved about it, and this is all the things that it taught me. So it's a really cool exercise, and it makes you realize so many things, because we usually take photos of the things that we want to remember and that we want to capture. So go ahead and do that. I encourage you, because many times when we speed and race through life, and then we don't stop to appreciate and we don't stop to capture it, then we just reach a moment when we feel exhausted, and then there is nothing behind us, and we are like, what just happened? Like, where did this year go? Where did life go? What happened? So let's learn how to capture that and to almost track it, and to remind ourselves what was the best of it and what did we learn from the worst. Another thing that I strongly suggest you to do, I did it like a couple of days ago, is to make a list of your accomplishments or milestones. This was a game changer to me. Honestly, I did it in a moment when I wasn't feeling my best, and I went from month to month and just writing everything down and seeing everything, all the things that I don't usually carry on the top of my mind, all the things that happened this year, all the big things. I was like, oh my gosh, there is so much to celebrate, and there is so much to be grateful and to be proud of. So make a list of all your milestones. It can be the smallest thing, it can be the biggest thing, and you'll see how your whole perception changes and how the gratitude just grows into you, and you're like, wow, that's amazing. You can make another list of all the special moments for you, of those like sacred moments or magical moments or laughter moments with you and your family. Those are the little things that you want to keep and you want to have there handy for every time that you feel a little down, or for every time that you need a reminder why this life is such an amazing thing. That's a great list to have. Another one is make a list of the challenges of this year and what did you learn from them, because the challenges again are super important for us, and we got to give them the respectful attention and place, because without challenges there is no growth. And the final thing, which also this full moon right now is amazing for, is to release, to let go. Write down, make a list of everything that you want to let go of and everything that you want to leave in 2020 and you don't want to carry with you in 2021. And don't do it from a dark point or with a dark mentality. Do it with love. And once you write down the things that they no longer have a place in your life, show kindness, show love. Thank them for the experiences, for the lessons, for everything that they brought to you, and for all the growth and development that they pushed you to. And burn the list, keep it, do whatever you want with it, but let it out on a paper, because again, it's a powerful time No matter if you're religious or not, if you're spiritual or not, if you are into stars and universe or not, right now it's an extremely powerful time to manifest, to think, and to release, to leave things behind. So these little practices, they are the ones that make your life outstanding. And do it. Don't just think about it. Don't just be like, yeah, I know in my mind what I want to release, and I know what I'm grateful for. Actually write it down and do a little ritual, and get around the idea of writing things down, because that by itself has a immense power. So closing the 2020 and analyzing and reflecting on everything that happened, and learning how to pivot out of it, and programming our mind to understand all the great things and to make us be thankful about it instead of being bitter about it. Then the next step is to walk into 2021, to walk into a new year, to walk into a new world and a new earth. And the greatest story about this walking into a new year is the story of the comeback. So how are we can we make the biggest comeback of our life? Because every society story and every personal story, it's so powerful when there is this just strong and empowering comeback. And this is what we're doing here, and this is what this year is also about, and what's taught us. It's given us all the tools to go ahead and just take over this new earth and this new world. And all this requires a new you and new mentality. And no matter how strong you are in life, no matter how powerful you are, how successful you are, who you are, life always finds ways to humble us and to bring us down on our knees, which happened this year. And the real question is, how can you get up and come back from that? What can you do about it? So the best comeback is not getting to where you were before everything started, but it's going far beyond and getting further than when you were. So let's make sure that this is exactly what we're doing. And here's the time that we're going to talk about the New Year's resolutions, because every year at this time of the year, millions of people in the world, including myself for most of my adult life, will set their goals in the form of New Year's resolutions. And I'm laughing now because I know how hard I've been trying every year, and it never really works on the long run. It's like, it's okay at the beginning, maybe the first month, maybe sometimes the second month, but never really on the long run. And I started just being curious about it and listening more about it and reading more about it. And it turns out that me and a lot of people have a lot in common when it comes to that. So the New Year's resolutions are usually the quick fix that we're going for. They're more of a wish list, because studies show that 85% of the people break their New Year's resolutions on the first week of February. And most of the resolutions are even broke within like the first week or 10 days of when people set them. So they're really more of a wish list, because resolution means that resolving is you're so committed to something that you have cut out completely everything that doesn't match your vision, doesn't fit with whatever your goal is, and you have poured your heart and soul in it, and you have a plan and you're taking an action. But really, pretty much none of us does that, at least if it's not for a few days. We just write wishes. We're like, oh, I want to have $1 million in the bank and I want to lose 30 pounds, but then we don't take no action on it. So it doesn't really work like that. So the idea of New Year's resolutions, we should just completely throw that out the window and focus on how to make sustainable and long-lasting changes. how to commit so hard on an idea and a goal that nothing can stop us, and it becomes a lifestyle, it becomes an obsession, it becomes just a way of thinking and living until we don't make it there. And of course, we enjoy the journey and who do we become while we're walking towards our goal. And I want 2021 to be the best year for me, for my family and friends, for my people, for you, for everyone who is on this earth and this world. And no matter how crazy it sounds, because it's, like it's COVID times and everything, it's a lot of madness in the world, it doesn't mean that it's impossible. It can be the best year in your life, and if you accept it in your mind and in your heart, then all you have to do is go out there and make it happen. It's simple. You can do it. For example, I'm gonna give you a reality check. Think about something in your life right now that certain time ago was just a dream, or it was an idea, or it was a desire, and every time you think about it, you think as if it's something impossible, it can't be done, it's too much. And today in the day, it's in your life. So how did you get there? How did you accomplish it? How did you make it happen? It wasn't for sure by writing New Year's resolutions and then not following through. You probably obsessed about it and you put your energy and focus in it. And where focus goes, energy flows. So let's reflect a little bit on that and adopt that kind of mentality and take it with us to the next year and take it into long-run sustainable changes. Because just a continuous focus on its own shifts the possibility of something happening. But then if you add to it the massive action and effective execution, there is no possible way that your plan is ever going to fail. You're going to accomplish everything that you dream of. You just need to have a vision of what do you want, a plan of how you're going to get there, and you really, really need to work for it. So let's do that. Let's welcome that mentality and really commit to our goals and to our desires, and make a year that is best for us, for our loved ones, and a year that we can literally and truly live to our potential and to our desires. So again, learn how to capture this year, because we do not build on failure, we build on success. And there's so many blessings that are all around us. So if you can find them, and if you can count them, and if you can learn from the challenges and fill your heart with grace and joy and love and kindness, then go for 2021 and set it to be the best year of your life, and set it to rock and to just turn your world to such a grace and such a joy and such an amazing place to be at all times. Your emotional home, your internal world, your outside world, that you live every day to the fullest, and you feel joy and you feel passion and you just feel truly alive. That's what all this is about. So just go on the next level, because when we learn how to master our internal world and it's a safe place for us, then it doesn't really matter what's happening around us. We can always come home to us. So before I let you go for tonight, I wanted to share a wonderful challenge that one of my friends, Linda, is doing and suggested, and I definitely took on it. What she created pretty much as an idea is that for the next 12 months, we choose one person per month. So we choose 12 people that are very important in our life, and we write them a letter. One letter per month, one person per month. And it can be an email, it can be a physical letter, whatever works for you. But we just express our appreciation and our gratitude to these people, and we just tell them how important and how valuable they are in our life, because that's the one thing that we have kind of set aside for most of our lives is to express appreciation to one another and to tell somebody, I love you. I thank you for everything that you have done for me. You're such an important person for me, and I'm just so grateful to have you in my life. I try to do that as often as I can to the people that are close to me and those who are important for me but are not in my circle. So I thought that was just a great and amazing idea, and I really want to share it with you. Think about it. Think of the 12 people that are making your life better, and how can you make their life better with just a simple with just a simple letter. And if you can actually send a physical letter, that would be the coolest thing, because today in the day, technology has taken so much over us that everything is electronic, and having an actually handwritten letter, that's such a personal gesture and such a powerful thing that I would definitely encourage you to do that. Like that's a gift on its own. So yes, think about Linda's challenge. It's amazing. Thank you, Linda, so much for thinking about that. And I love that I'm associated with so many people who are trying to better themselves and better life for those around them. I feel really, really thankful and really blessed to have came across such amazing souls on my journey. So I definitely thought that's something worth sharing. And pretty much to wrap up, first of all, I want to thank you for an amazing 2020, for all your support, for all your love and care, for all your feedbacks, and for all your connections and kind words and communication. I am so grateful to do what I do and to have found myself in a place in life where I know so many amazing people, and I'm associated to such a development and so much growth, and so many people that are working on themselves and are helping me grow, and it's an amazing network. So I want to thank you for existing, and thank you for your support, because without your support I wasn't going to be able to thrive with my brand and with my creations, and I wasn't going to be here talking to you today. And I want to invite you to welcome 2021 with a clear and with a winning mindset. Walk into that year and own it. Find your way back to the basics, to what was working better before, but then we exchange with poisons and electronics, and we exchange the personal connection, the connection with the food, the connection with the nature. Let's go back and find those and connect with ourselves first, with one another, with Mother Earth. Let's please be more conscious and think about how much Mother Earth gives us, and how can we give back. How can we give back to one another also? And how can we build together? How can we help each other out? Because only united we can get far and we can go big. And either on a personal or collective level, everything is connected. So I invite you to always be conscious and to think about, what does the best version of yourself look like? And how can you show up as that person every single day? And how can we be focused and dedicated to that vision, to our goals, to our dreams, and to everything that we want to build and we want to live in this new world and a new earth. And let's be more conscious about our daily choices, and definitely set high standards for ourselves. Be protective with our energy, be mindful of our thoughts, of our words, of our actions, and just build that dream life that we want. Also, remember to leave everything that no longer serves you in 2020. Open up that space and walk in this beautiful new beginning. Manifest everything that is on your mind and heart, and everything that you want to receive, and just be a blessing, find the blessing, and get ready to be blessed. Thank you so much, guys. I love you. I'm wishing everybody an amazing New Year's Eve. No matter that it's different, no matter that you probably won't be able to do the things that you do every year, find a way to celebrate life and to celebrate this year that is just passing. Find a way to thank it for everything that it gave you and everything that took from you. And let's walk into a new year with a new mindset, with a heart full of grace and a mind full of visions and dreams. And let's make the absolute best out of it. Thank you so much. I love you. Have a good night and Happy New Year. I will talk to you on the other side. Bye-bye.